Child, I need you to pause and really hear what I am about to say. There is a shift happening in your life right now, one that you cannot yet see with your eyes, but that you can feel deep in your spirit. Something is changing. The heavy season you have been walking through is beginning to lift. Not because circumstances have suddenly become easier, but because I am doing a work in you and around you that goes beyond what the natural eye can perceive. Listen carefully to what I am telling you. I have not forgotten the prayers you whispered in the dark. I have not overlooked the tears you cried when no one was watching. Every moment of faith you demonstrated, every time you chose to trust me when trusting made no sense, I was paying attention. And now I want you to understand that your faithfulness has not been in vain. The seeds you planted in tears are beginning to grow. The foundation you built through patience is becoming strong enough to hold what I am preparing to place upon it. This is not about magic formulas or spiritual shortcuts. This is about a loving father who sees his child and is moved by compassion to act on their behalf. I know you have been holding on to hope even when everything around you screamed that hope was foolish. You have been believing for something that your natural senses told you was impossible. Your mind calculated the odds and told you to give up. Your circumstances presented evidence that seemed irrefutable. The people around you looked at your situation and shook their heads, convinced that what you were praying for would never happen. But deep in your spirit, in that place where my voice speaks clearer than all the noise of this world, you heard me whisper that it was not over. You heard me tell you to keep believing. You heard me remind you that I am the God who specializes in impossibilities. There were those moments, I know, when you almost let go. When you sat alone in the silence and wondered if you had been deceiving yourself. If perhaps you had misheard me. If maybe your faith was just wishful thinking dressed up in spiritual language. The weight of the weight became so heavy that you questioned whether you had the strength to carry it one more day. You looked at how long you had been believing, how many times you had declared that breakthrough was coming, how many prayers you had prayed that seemed to dissolve into the atmosphere without producing any visible result. And in those moments of brutal honesty with yourself, you wondered if you should just accept that this was not meant to be. If perhaps you should adjust your expectations, lower your sights, settle for something less than the answer you had been asking me for. I remember every single one of those moments. The night you lay awake at 3 a.m, staring at the ceiling, feeling the crushing weight of disappointment pressing down on your chest until you could barely breathe. The afternoon you sat in your car after receiving more bad news, gripping the steering wheel so hard your knuckles turned white, trying to hold yourself together when everything inside you wanted to scream. The morning you woke up and for just a moment forgot about your situation, and then reality came crashing back and you felt the hope drain out of you all over again. I was there in every one of those moments. You thought you were alone, but you were not. You felt like I had disappeared, but I had not moved. You assumed that my silence meant indifference, but I was closer to you in those dark moments than I had ever been. When you were too weak to pray, my spirit was interceding for you with groans too deep for words. When you were too discouraged to worship, the angels were singing over you. When you felt like you could not take one more step, I was carrying you. You survived those moments not because of your strength, but because of mine working through you even when you were unaware of it. The enemy wanted those moments to break you. He wanted the weight of disappointment to crush your faith completely. He wanted the exhaustion to convince you to give up. He wanted the silence from heaven to make you believe that I did not care, that I was not listening, that your prayers were bouncing off the ceiling and going nowhere. He whispered that you were foolish for still believing, that you were setting yourself up for more pain, that you should protect yourself by lowering your expectations and accepting that the blessing was never going to come. He tried to use your own mind against you, feeding you logical-sounding arguments for why quitting was the wise choice. But you did not quit, even when quitting would have been easier, even when everyone would have understood if you had walked away from that promise, even when your own mind was presenting you with logical reasons why continuing to believe was irrational. Something inside you refused to let go. Not because you are stubborn, though some have called you that. Not because you are naive, though some have suggested that your faith is just denial wearing a spiritual mask. You held on because my spirit was holding you. You kept believing because I was guarding that seed of promise I planted in your heart, and I would not let it die. There is a tenacity in you that comes from me, a refusal to give up that is not from your natural personality, but from my supernatural grace working in you. A stubborn faith that keeps getting back up no matter how many times it gets knocked down. That is not you. That is me in you. That is my life flowing through your spirit. My strength propping you up when your own strength is gone. My faithfulness keeping you faithful even when you feel like your faith is failing. You get credit for saying yes to me, for choosing to trust me, for deciding to keep going. But the power to actually do it, the strength to actually endure, the grace to actually persevere, all of that is me. And I have been sustaining you through this entire journey because I knew what was waiting for you on the other side of this season. Let me tell you what has been happening in ways you cannot see while you have been walking through this valley of waiting. Every tear you cried reached my throne. Every prayer you whispered when you could barely find the words to pray was heard in heaven. Every moment you chose to worship me, even when you did not feel like worshiping, created a sound in the spirit that moved my heart. I have been working behind the scenes in ways you cannot yet see. I have been repositioning people, rearranging circumstances, removing obstacles, preparing the ground for the blessing I am about to release into your life. Nothing you have sown into this season of waiting has been wasted. Not one moment of faith. Not one act of obedience when obedience cost you something. Not one time you chose to trust me when trusting me made no sense according to human logic. While you have been walking through this valley, angels have been at work. Assignments have been given. Strategies have been implemented. Demonic opposition has been pushed back. Spiritual forces that were blocking your breakthrough have been bound. Hearts that needed to be softened have been touched. Minds that needed to be changed have been influenced. Circumstances that needed to align have been adjusted. All of this has been happening in the invisible realm while you have been faithfully believing in the visible realm. The work is done. The stage is set. The moment has arrived. Your breakthrough is about to break through from the spiritual dimension into your physical reality. The enemy wanted you to believe that the delay meant denial. He wanted you to interpret the wait as evidence that I had said no. He whispered that if I really cared about you, if I really had the power you claim I have, I would have answered a long time ago. He tried to convince you that the silence from heaven meant I was not listening, that I was not involved, that you were on your own. But what the enemy meant for discouragement, I have been using for development. What he intended to weaken you has been making you stronger. The pressure that felt like it would crush you has actually been forging you into someone who can carry the weight of the blessing I am about to release. You could not have handled this transformation a year ago. You were not ready for it. The version of you that first started praying for this breakthrough did not yet possess the spiritual maturity, the depth of character, the level of dependence on me that this blessing requires. If I had given it to you before you were ready, it would have destroyed you. The very thing you prayed for would have become the thing that pulled you away from me. So I made you wait. Not to punish you. Not because I enjoy watching you struggle. I made you wait because I was preparing you for the yes that was already written in my book concerning your life. During this season, I have been teaching you things you could not have learned any other way. I have been showing you that I am enough even when you do not have what you are asking for. I have been proving to you that my presence is more valuable than my presence. I have been peeling away the layers of self-reliance that you did not even know you were carrying, bringing you to a place where you understand in your bones that without me you can do nothing. This has been a holy stripping away of everything you were trusting in besides me. And now that you have come to this place of complete dependence, now that you have learned to find your joy in me regardless of your circumstances, now you are ready to receive what I have been holding for you. The change is coming, but it is coming in a way that will leave no doubt about who did it. It will not be something you can take credit for. It will not be something that could be explained by your hard work, or your intelligence, or your connections, or your timing. When this breakthrough manifests in your life, Everyone who witnesses it will know that only I could have done this. The impossibility of it will point to my power. The timing of it will reveal my sovereignty. The way it unfolds will display my wisdom. And you will tell the story of this transformation for the rest of your life. And every time you tell it, you will give me the glory, because you know beyond any shadow of doubt that I am the one who did what no human could do. I am the God who opens doors that no man can shut. I am the God who makes a way where there is no way. I am the God who brings life out of death, hope out of despair, abundance out of lack. I am the God who turned the Red Sea into a highway and made water flow from a rock in the desert. I am the God who shut the mouths of lions and caused fire to lose its power to burn my faithful ones. I am the God who raised Jesus from the grave after 3 days of death, defeating every force of darkness and proving that nothing is impossible for me. And I am the same God who is about to do the impossible in your life. You have been standing at the edge of your Red Sea, looking at the waters that seem impassable, hearing the sound of the enemy's army approaching from behind. Your natural mind has been calculating your options and coming up with nothing. There appears to be no way forward and no way back. You are trapped between the impossible and the unbearable. But what you do not see is that I have already decided what I am going to do. I am about to command those waters to split. I am about to turn your obstacle into your deliverance. I am about to make the very thing that looked like it would destroy you become the path to your deliverance. And when you walk through on dry ground, when you make it to the other side and look back at what I did, you will understand that the impossibility was the setup for my glory to be revealed. This is not just about giving you what you asked for. This is about showing you who I am. This is about you experiencing my power in such a personal, undeniable way that your faith will never be the same. After this, when you face other impossibilities in your life, you will remember what I did here. You will remember the answer you are about to witness, and you will know in your core that if I did it before, I can do it again. This blessing is going to become a memorial stone in your spiritual journey, a marker you will return to again and again when you need to remind yourself that I am the God who keeps my promises. I know you have been tempted to help me make this happen. You have looked at your situation and thought about what you could do to move things along. You have considered compromising, taking shortcuts, forcing doors open that I have kept closed for your protection. The pressure of the weight has made you vulnerable to solutions that are not from me. But I am telling you now, do not touch this. Do not try to manufacture what I have promised to create. Do not settle for the artificial when I am preparing to give you the authentic. If you try to make this happen in your own strength, you will end up with an Ishmael when I have promised you an Isaac. You will end up with something that looks like the promise but does not carry my blessing, and you will spend years dealing with the consequences of your impatience. Wait for my timing. Trust my process. Let me do this my way. I know it is hard to wait when you are desperate for change. I know the temptation to take matters into your own hands is strong when you have been believing for so long without seeing results. But I am asking you to hold steady just a little longer. The fullness of time has almost arrived. What I am about to do is worth waiting for. It will be so much better than anything you could have produced through your own effort that you will be grateful you did not settle for less. I chose you for victory, not for defeat. I did not bring you this far to abandon you now. I did not plant that dream in your heart just to let it die. I did not give you that promise just to watch you be disappointed. I am a God who finishes what I start, and I started something in your life that I am about to bring to completion. The enemy has been trying to convince you that you are destined to fail, that breakthrough is for other people, but not for you, that you missed your moment, and now it is too late. But I am telling you that none of that is true. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not at the end of your story. You are standing at the edge of a new chapter that will rewrite everything you thought you knew about what I can do. Let me remind you of who you are. You are not defined by your current circumstances. You are not identified by your struggles. You are not labeled by your failures. You are my child. You are chosen. You are called. You are purposed. You are destined for greatness not because of anything you have done, but because of who I am and what I have placed inside you. Before you were born, I knew you. Before you took your first breath, I had a plan for your life. And nothing that has happened, nothing that you have gone through, nothing that has tried to stop you, has the power to cancel the purpose I designed for you before the foundation of the world. The enemy has been working overtime to make you forget who you are. He has been trying to get you to identify with your pain instead of with your purpose. He has been attempting to make you see yourself through the lens of your mistakes rather than through the lens of my mercy. He wants you to look in the mirror and see failure, defeat, lack, limitation. But when I look at you, I see victory, breakthrough, abundance, unlimited potential. I see everything I created you to be. I see the fulfillment of every promise I ever made to you. I see your future, and it is glorious. You need to start seeing yourself the way I see you. Stop agreeing with the enemy's assessment of your life. Stop accepting the labels that people have tried to put on you. Stop believing the lies about what you can and cannot do, what you can and cannot become, what you can and cannot have. Those limitations are not from me. I do not put ceilings on my children. I do not create glass walls around your potential. I do not set boundaries on what you can accomplish through my power working in you. The only limits in your life are the ones you accept in your mind. And I am here to shatter every one of those false limitations and show you what is truly possible when you partner with me. You are destined for victory, not just in this situation, but in every situation. Not just in this season, but in every season. Because I am with you, and where I am, victory is inevitable. It might not look like you expected. It might not come when you expected. It might not unfold the way you would have chosen, but it will come. And when it does, you will look back and see that even the delays were working for you. Even the detours were leading you to the destination. Even the difficulties were developing the strength you would need to sustain the blessing. I did not bring you this far to leave you stranded. Think about everything you have already survived, every storm you have weathered, every attack you have withstood, every valley you have walked through, every mountain you have climbed. If I was going to abandon you, I would have done it already, but I did not. I stayed with you through it all. I held you through the darkest nights. I strengthened you through the hardest battles. I provided for you when there seemed to be no provision. I made a way when there appeared to be no way. And if I did all of that to keep you and sustain you through the wilderness, how much more am I committed to bringing you into the promised land? Your story is not over. In fact, the best chapters have not been written yet. What you have experienced so far, as hard as it has been, is just the setup for the incredible things I'm about to do. The struggles you have endured have been preparing you for a level of blessing that would have overwhelmed you if you had received it before you were ready. The battles you have fought have been training you for a dimension of authority you are about to step into. The waiting you have done has been developing the patience and wisdom you are going to need to steward what I am about to give you. Nothing has been wasted. Everything has been purposeful. And you are about to see the fruit of it all. In this world, there is no love as pure and as powerful as mine. Some people cannot understand it, so they reject it. They cannot accept that they are deeply loved just as they are, not because of what they do or what they achieve, but simply because I chose to love them. Their own pain and pessimism make them want to spread the belief that everyone is alone, that there is no God in the universe who cares this much about individual human beings. But I am here to tell you that those voices are lying. You are not alone. You have never been alone. Even in your darkest moments when you felt completely isolated, I was there. I saw every tear. I heard every cry. I felt every pain. And I never left your side. Here I am now, standing before you with my arms open wide, waiting for you to give me that heart that fights so hard, that dreams so big, and that sometimes breaks under the weight of disappointment. Your intentions are good and sincere. My desire is to give you those beautiful things you long for, those blessings you want for your family. I will not let you fall into impossible debt. I do not want you to become a slave to anyone or anything. The blessings I send you will not cost you everything you have. I am giving them to you so you can sow into others, so you can help the people I have placed in your life, not so you can hoard them for yourself. A seed that is hidden will rot. It will never become what it was designed to be. But a seed that is planted, that is sown into good soil, will multiply beyond what you can imagine. Let the river of life flow through you. Do not put obstacles in the way of your own prosperity by holding on to what I have given you with a closed fist. I am the God of those who help, who share, who give. I am your provider. I will multiply every blessing I give you, and you will lack nothing. I have determined that you will not continue battling and feeling overwhelmed by the challenges this world presents. Every day I am feeding your spirit with words of faith, hope, and love. These are not just nice phrases to make you feel better for a moment. These are weapons I am placing in your hands, truths I am writing on your heart, realities I am establishing in your life. I want you to know me more deeply. I want you to seek me not just for what I can give you, but for who I am. Because in truly knowing me, you will find everything else you need. When you encounter my presence, when you experience my love at the deepest levels, the blessings become secondary to the relationship. Not that the blessings are unimportant. I care about every detail of your life, every need you have, every desire of your heart that aligns with my will. But I want you to discover that I am the greatest miracle, that knowing me is the ultimate blessing, that nothing in this world can compare to the treasure of intimate fellowship with your Creator. Many people are so focused on getting things from me that they miss out on getting me. They want my hand, but not my heart. They want my provision, but not my presence. They want me to solve their problems, but they do not want me to have access to the deep places of their soul where true transformation happens. But I am inviting you into something more. I am inviting you into a relationship so real, so deep, so satisfying, that even if I never gave you another thing, you would still count yourself blessed beyond measure because you have me. And yet, because I love you, because I am a good father who delights in giving good gifts to my children, I am going to give you the answer you have been asking for. Not instead of relationship, but flowing out of relationship. Not as a substitute for my presence, but as an expression of my love. This blessing is going to be a gift from a father who knows what his child needs, who has been listening to every prayer, who has been waiting for the perfect moment to surprise you with an answer that exceeds your expectations. I see you struggling with the weight of unforgiveness. You have been trying so hard to forgive people who hurt you, and some days you think you have succeeded, but then the pain resurfaces and you realize the wound is still there. You wonder if you are failing at forgiveness, if something is wrong with you because you cannot seem to completely let go. Let me tell you something that will set you free. Forgiveness is not about feeling nothing when you remember what they did. Forgiveness is a decision you make, a choice to release them from the debt they owe you, even when your emotions have not caught up with your decision yet. It is normal for there to be pain, even after you have forgiven. The pain is evidence of how deeply you were hurt, not evidence that you have failed to forgive. Keep choosing forgiveness, even when it is hard. Keep releasing people, even when they do not deserve it, even when they have not asked for it, even when they are not sorry. You are not forgiving them for their sake. You are forgiving them for yours. Because unforgiveness is a prison that locks you in with your pain. And I want you free. I want you unburdened. I want you to walk into your future without dragging the chains of your past behind you. So forgive, and forgive again. And on the days when the hurt feels fresh and raw and you have to forgive for the 100th time, do it anyway. Each time you choose forgiveness, you are choosing freedom. Each time you release someone who wronged you, you are cutting another cord that was tying you to your past. And understand this. Not everyone is going to accept the work I have done in your life. Not everyone is going to celebrate your transformation. There will be people who will never forgive you for your mistakes. They will hold your past against you forever. They will refuse to see how you have changed. They will reject every attempt you make to reconcile. They will cut you out of their lives and never look back. That is their choice to make, and you have to let them make it. You cannot force people to forgive you any more than you can force people to love you. All you can do is acknowledge what you did wrong, sincerely apologize, change your behavior, and then release the outcome into my hands. Do not let other people's refusal to forgive you determine your worth. Do not let their rejection define your identity. Do not give them the power to keep you trapped in shame and regret. I have forgiven you. I have washed you clean with my own blood. I have removed your sin as far as the east is from the west. I have thrown it into the depths of the sea, and I remember it no more. If the God of the universe has forgiven you, if the one whose opinion is the only one that ultimately matters has declared you clean, then you are forgiven. Period. What other people think about you does not change the truth of what I say about you. Some people will deny you the forgiveness I have already given. They will hate you forever. They will not want to see you again. They will erase you from their lives. That is their decision. Accept it and move forward. You did what you could. You cannot do more than that. Keep walking the path I have laid out for you, because I am going to do marvelous things with your life. You are going to trust me, and you are going to rise. I will give you the strength and the courage to face every situation you need to face. I will lift you out of desperation. I will heal your mind from all depression. And if you find yourself feeling bad again, if you sense something inside you that you cannot explain, come to me. Come and listen to my voice. Even if you have failed, even if you think you have nothing to offer me, you can bring me your faith. You can bring me your repentance. You can bring me your heart, your surrender, your loyalty. Accept this reality. I will never stop loving you. Believe it. Live it. Feel it deep in your soul. I will never turn away from you. The work I began in you, I will complete. The miracle I promised you is on its way, and nothing in hell or on earth can stop the good work I have begun in your life. You need to understand the magnitude of what I'm about to do. This is not just a small improvement in your circumstances. This is not just a minor shift that makes things slightly better. This is a complete transformation. This is a divine intervention that will alter the trajectory of your entire life. When this transformation manifests, it will create a before and after in your story. You will look back on your life and identify this moment as the turning point, the breakthrough that changed everything. Think about the things that seemed impossible just a few months ago, the mountains that looked immovable, the situations that appeared hopeless, the doors that were shut so tightly you could not imagine them ever opening. I have been working on all of it. Behind the scenes, in ways you cannot see, where battles are fought and won before they ever manifest in the natural. I have been dismantling the opposition. I have been binding the forces that were assigned to keep you stuck. I have been releasing angels to go before you and prepare the way. I have been speaking to hearts, changing minds, orchestrating events, aligning timing, moving pieces into position. You have no idea how many times I have protected you from disasters you never saw coming. How many times I redirected you away from paths that would have led to destruction. How many times I closed doors that you wanted to walk through because I knew what was on the other side, and it was not good for you. You have been frustrated by some of those closed doors. You have wondered why I would not let you have certain things you wanted so badly. But from where I sit, from my perspective that sees the end from the beginning, I could see that what you wanted was not what you needed. I could see that if I gave you what you were asking for, it would hurt you. So I said no to that request, because I was saving you for something better. Every no I have spoken has been protecting a yes. Every door I have closed has been guarding an open door you have not yet seen. Every delay has been preventing you from settling for less than my best. I have not been withholding from you. I have been withholding for you. There is a difference. When a loving parent tells a child they cannot have candy for dinner, the parent is not being mean. The parent is protecting the child from something that would harm them and saving space for the nutritious meal that is coming. That is what I have been doing in your life, saying no to the candy so I can give you the feast. The miracle I am releasing is going to be so much bigger than what you originally asked for. You prayed for a breakthrough in your finances. I am going to give you that. but I am also going to give you wisdom about how to manage money, so you never end up in this place of struggle again. You prayed for healing in your body. I am going to give you that, but I am also going to heal wounds in your soul that have been affecting your physical health. You prayed for restoration in your relationships. I am going to give you that, but I am also going to teach you how to set healthy boundaries so you do not keep repeating the same painful patterns. I do not do anything halfway. When I move completely. When I heal thoroughly. When I restore abundantly. There is a story in my word about a man named Lazarus. He was a close friend of Jesus, a man Jesus loved deeply. When Lazarus got sick, his sisters sent word to Jesus, expecting him to come immediately and heal their brother. But Jesus did not come. He waited. He stayed where he was for 2 more days. And during those 2 days, Lazarus died. By the time Jesus arrived, Lazarus had been in the tomb for 4 days. His body was already decomposing. From every natural perspective, it was over. Too late. Hopeless. Martha, one of Lazarus' sisters, met Jesus with words that were probably laced with hurt and confusion. She said, "If you had been here, my brother would not have died." There was an unspoken question in her statement. Where were you? Why did you wait? Why did you not come when we needed you? And Jesus, in his infinite wisdom and compassion, let her express her pain. He did not rebuke her for her doubts. He did not lecture her about faith. He simply said, "Your brother will rise again." Martha thought he was talking about the resurrection at the end of time, that distant hope that seemed irrelevant to her immediate grief. But Jesus was talking about something much more immediate. He was about to do something that would shake everyone's understanding of what is possible. He went to the tomb. He commanded them to roll away the stone. And when they protested that the smell of death would be overwhelming, he reminded them that if they would just believe, they would see the glory of God. Then he spoke 3 words that shattered the power of death. "Lazarus, come forth." And the man who had been dead for 4 days walked out of that tomb, still wrapped in his grave clothes, but alive, breathing, moving, restored. What was impossible became possible because Jesus spoke. What was finished became a new beginning because the author of life commanded it. What everyone had given up on became the greatest miracle they had ever witnessed because Jesus refused to be limited by human understanding of what can and cannot be done. I am telling you this story because I need you to understand something. There are things in your life that look dead, dreams that seem to be rotting in the tomb, promises that appear to have an expiration date that has long since passed, situations that everyone has given up on, and you have been standing there like Martha, wondering where I was, why I did not show up sooner, why I let things get this bad. But what you do not see is that I have been waiting for the perfect moment, the moment when it will be undeniably clear that what happens next could only be me, the moment when my glory will be revealed in such a powerful way that no one can attribute it to anything or anyone else. I am about to stand at the tomb of your dead dream and command it to live. I am about to speak to situations that everyone said were finished and call them back to life. I am about to resurrect what you buried because you thought there was no hope left. And when this happens, when you see with your own eyes what I am capable of doing, your faith will explode into a dimension you have never experienced before. You will know beyond any doubt that I am who I say I am, that I can do what I say I can do, that no situation is beyond my ability to transform. The miracle you are waiting for is coming. But it is not coming so you can be comfortable. It is not coming so you can cruise through life without any more challenges. It is coming so you can be a witness to my power. It is coming so your story can encourage someone else who is about to give up. It is coming so you will have a testimony that points people to me. Because when people see what I am about to do in your life, they are not going to praise you. They are going to praise me. They are not going to be impressed by your effort. They are going to be amazed by my power. And that is exactly what I want. I want my name to be glorified through your deliverance. You have been walking through a season that has felt like a wilderness, dry, barren, lonely. every day looking the same as the day before. No visible progress, no tangible evidence that anything is changing. Just the same struggles, the same battles, the same frustrations on repeat. You have wondered how long this season could possibly last. You have questioned whether you were doing something wrong, whether you missed a turn somewhere, whether you were being punished for something. But let me reframe this wilderness for you. The wilderness is where I do some of my most important work. It is where I strip away everything you are depending on besides me. It is where I teach you to find water from the rock, manna from heaven, guidance from my presence. It is where I take you from being a slave to being a free person who knows their identity as my child. The wilderness is not punishment. The wilderness is preparation. And you are about to graduate. Think about what the wilderness has taught you. You have learned that I am faithful even when everything around you is failing. You have discovered that my word is true even when your circumstances seem to contradict it. You have experienced my provision in places where provision should not have been possible. You have felt my peace in situations that should have destroyed your peace. You have found strength you did not know you had, and then you realized it was not your strength at all. It was mine flowing through you. The wilderness has stripped away your illusions. The illusion that you can control your life through your own effort. The illusion that security comes from your bank account or your job or your relationships. The illusion that you can figure everything out if you just think hard enough or plan well enough. All of those illusions have been burned away in the heat of this desert season, and what remains is the truth. The truth that I am your source. The truth that I am your security. The truth that I am your wisdom. The truth that without me you can do nothing, but with me all things are possible. This stripping away has been painful. I know that. You have felt exposed, vulnerable, weak. You have mourned the loss of the things you thought you could depend on. You have struggled with the reality that you are not as strong or as capable or as in control as you thought you were. But what you experienced as loss was actually liberation. I was freeing you from dependencies that were never meant to sustain you. I was breaking you free from sources that were never meant to satisfy you. I was delivering you from a false sense of security, so I could teach you what true security looks like. True security is not having a full bank account, though I may give you that. True security is knowing that even if the bank account empties, I am still your provider, and I will make a way. True security is not having perfect health, though I can give you that too. True security is knowing that even in sickness, I am your healer, and my grace is sufficient. True security is not having everyone's approval, though favor may come your way. True security is knowing that even if people reject you, I accept you, and my opinion is the only one that ultimately matters. The wilderness has been teaching you where your true security lies. And now that you have learned that lesson, now that you know in your bones that I am enough, you are ready for the abundance I want to give you. Because now you will not worship the gift instead of the giver. Now you will not find your identity in the blessing instead of in me. Now you will not make an idol out of the provision instead of recognizing me as the provider. The wilderness has prepared you to receive with open hands instead of grasping hands, with gratitude instead of entitlement, with dependence on me instead of independence from me. You are about to graduate from this wilderness season, but you are not going to forget what you learned here. The lessons you have learned are going to stay with you for the rest of your life. When you step into the promised land, when you begin to walk in the blessing, when you receive the answer you have been waiting for, you are going to remember where you came from. You are going to remember what it was like to have nothing but me, and that memory is going to keep you humble, keep you grateful, keep you dependent on me no matter how much abundance surrounds you. This is why some people never make it through the wilderness. Not because I abandoned them there, but because they refuse to learn what the wilderness is trying to teach them. They keep fighting against the process instead of surrendering to it. They keep trying to find a shortcut back to comfort instead of pressing forward through the discomfort toward transformation. They keep complaining about what they do not have instead of being grateful for my presence with them. And because they will not learn the lessons, they keep walking in circles, covering the same ground over and over, never making progress toward the destination. But that is not your story. You have learned. You have grown. You have been transformed by this wilderness season. You came into this desert as one person, and you are about to come out as someone completely different, stronger, wiser, more faithful, more dependent on me, more aware of who you are and whose you are. And that transformed version of you is ready for what I have been holding for you. The blessing is not just coming to you. You have been becoming someone who can handle the blessing. And now that the becoming is complete, the receiving can begin. The children of Israel wandered in the wilderness for 40 years because of their unbelief and their disobedience. But you are not wandering. You are walking with me, following my lead, trusting my guidance even when you cannot see where the path is going. And because you have remained faithful, because you have not given up, because you have continued to worship me even in the dry place, your wilderness season is coming to an end. You are about to cross over into your promised land. You are about to step into the abundance I have been preparing for you. You are about to see with your own eyes the land flowing with milk and honey that I promised you. And when you enter, you are going to understand why the journey had to be this long. You are going to see that every step through the wilderness was necessary to get you ready for what you are about to receive. If I had given you the promised land before you were ready, you would have lost it. You would not have known how to fight for it, how to steward it, how to appreciate it. But now, after everything you have been through, after every way I have proven my faithfulness to you in the wilderness, you are ready. You know how to trust me in impossible situations. You know how to stand on my promises when everything around you contradicts them. You know how to worship your way through the battle. You are equipped for the blessing. I need you to lift your eyes and look ahead. Stop staring at the difficulties of right now and start seeing the breakthrough that is coming. I am about to do something new. Can you not perceive it? I am making a road in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. I am creating paths where there were no paths. I am bringing water to the dry places. I am causing life to spring up where everything was dead. And you are going to walk through this transformation with wonder in your heart and praise on your lips, because you will finally understand that I am the God who makes all things new. Your mind has been trying to figure out how this transformation could possibly happen. You have been looking at your bank account, your connections, your resources, your abilities, trying to calculate a way forward. But you keep coming up empty because there is no natural way for this to work out. And that is exactly the point. If there was a natural way, you would not need a breakthrough. If you could do this on your own, you would not need me. But because this situation requires something beyond human capacity, it is the perfect setup for my divine help. Stop trying to figure it out. Stop strategizing and planning and scheming. Stop losing sleep over the how and the when and the what if. Your job is not to figure out the logistics. Your job is to trust me. Your job is to keep your eyes on me instead of on the impossibility. Your job is to worship while you wait, to praise in the midst of the problem, to declare my goodness even when you have not yet seen the evidence of it in your circumstances. And while you are doing your job of trusting and worshiping and declaring, I will be doing my job of moving heaven and earth to bring your breakthrough to pass. I need to address something that the enemy has been whispering to you. He has been suggesting that you do not deserve this transformation because of your past. He has been reminding you of every mistake you ever made, every time you failed, every moment you disappointed me. He has been trying to convince you that I am angry with you, that I am withholding the blessing as some kind of punishment for your imperfection. But nothing could be further from the truth. I do not give you miracles because you deserve them. None of my children deserve the blessings I pour out on them. If I only bless perfect people, no one would ever receive anything from me because there are no perfect people. I give you miracles because I love you, not because you earned them, not because you performed well enough, not because you finally got your act together. I give you miracles because I am a loving Father who delights in blessing his children, because I am merciful, because I am generous, because I see you not according to your worst moments, but according to what I created you to be. When I look at you, I do not see your failures. I see my child whom I love. I do not see your sin. I see the blood of Jesus that has washed you clean. I do not see your weakness. I see my strength being perfected in you. I do not see your past. I see your future, and your future is bright because I am in it, guiding you, protecting you, providing for you, working all things together for your good. So stop agreeing with the enemy's accusations. Stop rehearsing your failures. Stop disqualifying yourself from my blessings. You are qualified because I qualify you. You are worthy because I make you worthy. You deserve good things because I say you do, and my word is final. Receive what I am about to give you with a heart full of gratitude, not with a mind full of guilt. This blessing is yours, not because you are perfect, but because you are mine. There is something I want you to understand about my timing. It is always perfect, even when it does not feel that way to you. You have been measuring time with your limited human perspective, watching the clock, counting the days, feeling the pressure of deadlines and expectations. But I do not operate according to your calendar. I operate according to purposes and processes that are beyond your ability to fully comprehend. I see things you cannot see. I know things you do not know. And I am working on a timeline that takes into account factors you are not even aware of. When a farmer plants a seed, he does not dig it up every day to check if it is growing. He understands that there is a process happening underground, invisible to his eyes, where roots are forming and strength is building. He knows that if he interferes with the process, he will destroy what he is trying to cultivate. He has to trust the process and wait for the harvest. And when the harvest finally comes, he does not regret the wait, because the abundance he receives is worth every day he spent trusting. You have planted seeds of faith. You have sown prayers and tears and worship into the soil of this season. And underneath the surface, where you cannot see, those seeds have been growing. Roots have been going deep. Strength has been building. The harvest is forming. And very soon, you are going to see the fruit of everything you have been sowing. The wait has not been wasted. The process has been working. And the harvest is going to be so abundant that you will forget the difficulty of the planting season, because you will be overwhelmed by the blessing of the reaping season. I am about to release resources into your life that will astound you. Money is going to come from sources you never expected. Opportunities are going to open up that you never imagined. People are going to step into your life and offer to help you in ways that leave you speechless. You are going to look at what is happening and shake your head in wonder, because you will know that you did nothing to orchestrate this. This is all me. This is my hand moving on your behalf. This is supernatural provision flowing into your natural circumstances. Let me paint a picture of what this is going to look like. You have been in a place where you were constantly calculating, constantly worrying about how you were going to make ends meet. Every unexpected expense felt like a crisis. Every bill that arrived in the mail created stress. You have been robbing Peter to pay Paul, juggling obligations, making hard choices about which need to meet and which one to delay. You have been exhausted by the mental load of always trying to figure out how to stretch what little you have to cover what you need. That season is ending. I am about to flip the script on your finances. Instead of wondering how you are going to pay your bills, you are going to be wondering how you can bless someone else. Instead of stress when the mail comes, you are going to feel peace because you know there is more than enough. Instead of juggling and calculating, you are going to rest in the knowledge that I am your provider and my supply never runs dry. This is not just about having a little more money to make life slightly easier. This is about moving from lack to abundance, from barely surviving to thriving, from constant worry to consistent peace. And the way this provision is going to come is going to be undeniably supernatural. It is not going to be explainable by your hard work, though you work hard. It is not going to be attributable to your smart planning, though you plan wisely. It is going to be so clearly from me that you will not be able to take credit for it even if you wanted to. Money is going to show up in your account, and you will not know where it came from. Opportunities are going to land in your lap that you never applied for. People you barely know are going to feel compelled to give to you, to invest in you, to open doors for you. And you are going to stand in the middle of it all, tears streaming down your face, overwhelmed by my goodness, amazed by my provision, humbled by my generosity. But I am not just giving you a financial miracle, though that is part of what is coming. I am also giving you relational restoration. There are relationships that have been broken, bridges that have been burned, connections that seemed lost forever, and I am going to heal some of them. Not all of them, because not every relationship is meant to be restored. Some people are only meant to be in your life for a season, and when that season ends, trying to force them to stay only creates pain for everyone involved. But there are certain relationships that the enemy broke that I am going to mend. There are people who walked away who I am going to bring back. There are misunderstandings that I am going to clear up. There are walls that I am going to tear down. And you are going to experience reconciliation that you thought was impossible. I know how much the broken relationships have hurt you. The friend who turned their back on you. The family member who cut you off. The person you loved who walked away without explanation. You have replayed the conversations in your mind 1,000 times, trying to figure out what you could have done differently. You have grieved the loss of those connections, mourned what used to be, wondered if you would ever experience that kind of closeness with anyone again. The pain of rejection has made you cautious, made you build walls around your heart, made you hesitant to trust people with your real self because you are afraid of being hurt again. But I am about to heal that. Some of those relationships that broke are going to be restored, and they are going to be even better than they were before, because both of you will have grown, both of you will have learned, both of you will approach the relationship with more wisdom and more grace. The reconciliation is going to be sweet, the reunion is going to be emotional, the restoration is going to be profound, and you are going to see my hand in it, orchestrating it, making it possible when it seemed impossible, healing what seemed broken beyond repair. And for the relationships that are not meant to be restored, I am going to give you new connections that are even better. I am going to bring people into your life who will love you well, who will see you clearly, who will accept you fully. People who will stick with you through hard times, who will celebrate with you in good times, who will sharpen you and challenge you and help you become everything I created you to be. You are going to build friendships that feel like family. You are going to find community that feels like home. You are going to experience the kind of authentic, deep, life-giving relationships you have always longed for. I am also giving you physical healing. You have been living with pain, with limitations, with conditions that the doctors cannot fully explain or effectively treat. You have learned to manage, to cope, to push through. But I did not create you to just survive. I created you to thrive. And I am about to touch your body with my healing power and make you whole. Some of the healing will be instant, a sudden miracle that leaves you and everyone around you in awe. Some of the healing will be progressive, a steady improvement over time that builds your faith with each small victory. But all of it will be real. All of it will be from me. And all of it will leave you with a testimony of my goodness and my power. I see the pain you have been living with, the chronic condition that drains your energy, the limitation that keeps you from doing things you used to love, the symptoms that the doctors cannot seem to fix no matter how many treatments you try. You have adjusted your life around your limitations. You have lowered your expectations about what your body can do. You have made peace with a level of function that is far below what you were created for. But I have not made peace with it. I am not okay with my child living in pain and limitation, and I am about to intervene. I am going to touch you, and when I do, things are going to change. Pain that has been constant is going to disappear. Function that was lost is going to be restored. Energy that was depleted is going to return. You are going to wake up one day and realize that you feel better than you have in years. You are going to do something you have not been able to do in a long time, and you are going to marvel at how easy it is. You are going to look in the mirror and see health radiating from you. And you are going to know beyond any doubt that I am the God who heals, that my power is real, that my love for you is demonstrated not just in words, but in action. I am giving you emotional and mental healing as well. The depression that has been weighing you down like a heavy blanket, making it hard to breathe, hard to think, hard to hope, is going to lift. The anxiety that has been stealing your peace, filling your mind with worst-case scenarios and what-if questions, is going to lose its grip on you. The trauma from your past that has been haunting you, triggering you, keeping you trapped in patterns of fear and self-protection is going to be resolved. I'm going to heal the deep wounds in your soul that have been affecting every area of your life. I'm going to restore your joy, renew your mind, refresh your spirit. I know you have been struggling. The dark days when getting out of bed felt impossible. The racing thoughts that would not quiet down no matter how much you tried to control them. The memories that ambush you without warning, transporting you back to moments you would give anything to forget. The numbness that has replaced the ability to feel joy. The hypervigilance that keeps you constantly on edge, always waiting for the other shoe to drop. This is not how I created you to live. This is the result of living in a broken world, experiencing broken things, being hurt by broken people. But what was broken can be healed. What was wounded can be restored. What was stolen can be recovered. I am going to do deep work in your soul. Healing that goes beyond just managing symptoms, beyond just coping with dysfunction, beyond just surviving through each day. I am going to heal the root causes of your pain. I am going to untangle the knots of trauma. I'm going to speak peace to the chaos in your mind. I'm going to replace lies you have believed about yourself with truth. I'm going to give you back the emotions that shut down as a protection mechanism. I'm going to restore your capacity for joy, for peace, for contentment. And you are going to experience wholeness in a way you have never known before. You are going to wake up one day in the near future and realize that you feel different, lighter, freer, more hopeful than you have felt in years. And you are going to recognize that something has shifted, something has changed, something has been healed in you that you were not even fully aware was broken. That is my touch. That is my healing power working in the hidden places of your heart, restoring you to wholeness, making you into the person I created you to be before life wounded you. I am also releasing a breakthrough of purpose and direction. You have been feeling lost, uncertain about what you are supposed to be doing with your life. You have questioned your calling, wondered if you missed it, felt like you are wandering without a clear destination. But I am about to give you clarity. I am about to illuminate the path in front of you so you can see exactly where I am leading you. I am about to confirm your calling in ways that remove all doubt. I am about to open doors that make it obvious what your next step should be. And you are going to move forward with confidence, knowing that you are exactly where you are supposed to be, doing exactly what you were created to do. The confusion about your purpose has been one of the hardest parts of this season. You have felt like you are drifting, like everyone else seems to have a clear sense of direction, but you are just going through the motions. You have looked at your life and wondered what it is all for, what you are supposed to be contributing, whether you are making any difference at all. You have compared yourself to others who seem so sure of their calling, so passionate about their mission, so clear about their next steps. And you have felt inadequate, behind, like you are missing something everyone else figured out. But what you have not realized is that this season of uncertainty has been necessary. I have been keeping you in a place of questions because if I had given you all the answers too soon, you would have run ahead of me. You would have tried to fulfill the calling in your own strength instead of depending on me. You would have built something that looked impressive but did not have my presence sustaining it. So I have made you wait in the uncertainty, pressing into me for direction, learning to take one step at a time in faith rather than running ahead with a 5-year plan. And that dependence, that need for me to guide you, that is exactly the posture I need you to maintain as you step into your calling. Now the waiting is over. The clarity is coming. I am about to show you what I created you for, what I have been preparing you for, what all of this has been leading toward. And when you see it, when I reveal it to you, everything is going to make sense. All the experiences you went through that seemed random or meaningless, you are going to see how they were preparing you. All the skills you developed that seemed unrelated to each other, you're going to see how they fit together perfectly for what I am calling you to do. All the waiting and wondering and wandering, you are going to see that you were not lost at all. You were being led on a specific path to arrive at a specific destination at a specific time. And when you step into that calling, when you start walking in your purpose, you are going to feel more alive than you have ever felt. There is going to be a sense of rightness, of alignment, of this is what I was made for. The work is not going to feel like drudgery, it is going to feel like worship. The challenges are not going to overwhelm you because you will know you are exactly where you are supposed to be, doing exactly what you were created to do. And you are going to look back at this season of uncertainty and be grateful for it, because it taught you to depend on me, to trust my timing, to walk by faith, and those lessons are going to sustain you for the rest of your life. The change is not just one thing. It is multiple breakthroughs happening simultaneously in different areas of your life. It is a convergence of blessing, a divine orchestration of events that all work together to elevate you into the next dimension of your destiny. And it is all going to start unfolding very soon. Not years from now, not even months from now. Soon. Sooner than you think. Sooner than you dare to hope. The wheels are already in motion. The pieces are already moving into place. The angels are already at work carrying out the assignments I have given them concerning your life. I want you to get ready. Prepare your heart to receive. Make room in your life for what is coming. Clear out the clutter of doubt and unbelief. Get rid of the relationships and habits that are not going to be compatible with where I am taking you. This new season requires a new level of obedience, a new level of surrender, a new level of trust. So start positioning yourself now. Start aligning your thoughts with my thoughts. Start speaking my words over your situation instead of speaking your fears. Start acting like someone who believes that breakthrough is imminent. When you wake up in the morning, before you do anything else, thank me for the blessing that is on its way. Declare that this is the day you could see the breakthrough. Worship me in advance for what I am about to do. And then walk through your day with expectation in your heart, watching for the signs of my movement, staying sensitive to my leading, ready to respond when I give you instructions. Because at some point very soon, I'm going to tell you to do something. It might seem unusual. It might not make sense. It might even feel uncomfortable. But when you obey, when you take that step of faith, that is going to be the key that unlocks the door to your deliverance. Think about the story of Naaman, the commander who had leprosy. He came to the prophet Elisha expecting to receive his healing through some dramatic, impressive method. But instead, Elisha sent a messenger out to tell Naaman to go dip himself in the Jordan River 7 times. Naaman was offended. He was insulted that the prophet did not even come out to see him personally. He thought the instruction to wash in the Jordan was beneath him, that there were better rivers in his own country if washing was going to be the solution. He almost missed his miracle because he had predetermined ideas about how God should move. But his servants reasoned with him. They basically said, if the prophet had told you to do something great and difficult, you would have done it. So why not try this simple thing he has asked you to do? Naaman swallowed his pride and obeyed. He dipped in the Jordan 7 times, and when he came up from that 7th dip, his skin was completely restored, as clean and healthy as a child's skin. He received his miracle because he was willing to obey even when the instruction did not make sense to him. I am telling you this because you might receive an instruction from me that does not fit your expectation of how I should work. You might feel prompted to reach out to someone you have not talked to in years, to apply for a job that seems like a long shot, to give an offering when it does not make financial sense, to forgive someone who does not deserve it, to let go of something you have been holding on to tightly. And in that moment, you are going to have a choice. You can do what Naaman almost did and walk away because it is not what you expected. Or, you can do what he eventually did and obey, trusting that I know what I am doing even when you do not understand. Your obedience is the bridge between the promise and the manifestation. I have already decided to give you the blessing. That is settled. But there is often a moment of obedience required on your part to step into what I have prepared. So stay sensitive, stay alert. And when you hear my voice, when you feel that nudge in your spirit, when you know that I'm telling you to do something, do it. Do not overthink it. Do not talk yourself out of it. Do not wait for it to make perfect sense. Just obey, and watch what I do when you take that step of faith. I also want to talk to you about the gratitude you need to cultivate as you wait for this transformation to manifest. It is easy to be grateful after you receive the blessing. It is easy to praise me when you can see the evidence of my goodness in your life. But the kind of gratitude that moves my heart, the kind of worship that releases my power, is the gratitude you offer before you see the answer. It is thanking me for what I promised, even though you have not held it in your hands yet. It is praising me for my faithfulness, even though you are still waiting for the breakthrough. This kind of gratitude is an act of faith. It is you declaring that you trust me so completely that you are willing to thank me in advance. And when you offer me this kind of worship, when you choose gratitude in the midst of the wait, something shifts in ways you cannot see. Your praise creates an atmosphere where my presence dwells, and where my presence is, miracles happen. Your thanksgiving builds up your own faith, strengthening you to keep believing even when the wait gets long. Your declaration of my goodness silences the voice of the enemy who has been trying to convince you that I have forgotten about you. So right now, in this moment, I want you to stop and give me thanks. Not for what you are going to do someday after you see the blessing. Right now, thank me that the blessing is already in motion. Thank me that my promises are yes and amen. Thank me that I am working behind the scenes on your behalf. Thank me that the wait is almost over. Thank me that I love you with an everlasting love. Thank me that I am faithful to complete what I started in your life. Just pause right here and let gratitude fill your heart and overflow from your lips. Do you feel that? That shift in your spirit? That lightness in your chest? That hope rising up inside you? That is the power of gratitude. That is what happens when you choose to focus on my goodness instead of on your problems. That is the atmosphere where miracles are born. Stay in this place. Let thanksgiving become your default posture. Let praise be your first response to every situation. And watch how your perspective changes, how your faith grows, how your circumstances begin to shift. There is an enemy who has been fighting against this transformation. He knows what I have planned for you, and he is terrified of what you will become once you receive this blessing. Because this transformation is not just going to change your circumstances. It is going to change you. It is going to elevate you into a level of influence and authority that is a threat to the kingdom of darkness. Once you step into this new season, once you receive what I have for you, you are going to be dangerous to the enemy's plans. You're going to be positioned to set other people free, to destroy other people's chains, to bring light into places of darkness. The enemy has been studying you. He has been watching you, analyzing your patterns, learning your weaknesses, identifying your vulnerabilities. He knows what triggers you, what discourages you, what makes you want to give up. He has been crafting his attacks specifically for you, using the weapons he knows are most likely to wound you. He has been strategic, calculated, deliberate in his assault against your faith, against your hope, against your confidence in me. And I want you to understand something. The fact that he has invested this much energy into stopping you is proof of how significant you are to my kingdom purposes. The enemy does not waste his time on people who are not a threat to him. He does not bother attacking people who are living small, playing it safe, having no impact on the world around them. He reserves his fiercest opposition for the people who are about to step into their destiny, the people who are on the verge of breakthrough, the people who are going to make a difference for my kingdom. So when you find yourself under intense attack, when it feels like everything is coming against you all at once, do not interpret that as evidence that you are doing something wrong. Recognize it as confirmation that you are doing something right. You are on the right path. You are getting close to something the enemy does not want you to have. And that means you need to keep going, not turn back. So the enemy has been working overtime to try to stop this transformation from manifesting. He has been attacking your mind with doubts and fears, thoughts that seem to come out of nowhere, telling you that you are not good enough, that you have failed too many times, that you are fooling yourself if you think anything is going to change. He plants those thoughts hoping you will accept them as your own, hoping you will believe his lies instead of my truth. He has been stirring up conflict in your relationships to distract you and drain your energy. Suddenly there is drama with people who had not been a problem before. Misunderstandings that seem to come out of nowhere. Offenses that blow up into major issues. The enemy is trying to pull your focus away from what I am doing, trying to exhaust you with interpersonal conflicts so you do not have the energy to press forward in faith. He has been bringing up your past to make you feel disqualified, reminding you of mistakes you made years ago, whispering that you do not deserve blessing because of who you used to be or what you used to do, trying to shame you, condemn you, make you feel like you need to earn my favor instead of receiving it as a gift of grace. He has been throwing obstacle after obstacle in your path, hoping you will get discouraged and give up. Things breaking that should not break. Plans falling through that should have worked out. Delays and complications that seem designed specifically to frustrate you. All of it is strategic. All of it is intentional. The enemy is trying to wear you down, trying to make you quit before you cross the finish line. But what the enemy does not realize is that every attack he launches against you is just confirming that you are on the verge of a major breakthrough. He would not be fighting you this hard if you were not about to receive something significant. His desperation is revealing. His intensity is telling. He knows something you might not fully realize yet. He knows that once you receive this transformation, once you step into this next season, you are going to be unstoppable. You are going to be a force for my kingdom that he cannot contain. You are going to set other people free, destroy other people's chains, bring light into places of darkness. And he is terrified of that version of you. So he is throwing everything he has at you now, trying to stop you before you become who you are about to become. So do not be discouraged by the opposition. Do not interpret the battle as evidence that you are going the wrong direction. The intensity of the warfare is actually proof that you are going the right way. The enemy attacks what he fears, and he fears you stepping into your destiny. He fears you receiving this transformation. He fears what you are going to do with the blessing I am about to give you. So he is throwing everything he has at you, trying to knock you off course before you cross the finish line. But I need you to understand something about spiritual warfare. The enemy is powerful, but he is not all-powerful. He is crafty, but he is not all-knowing. He is aggressive, but he is not unstoppable. He operates within limits that I have set. He can only do what I allow him to do. And while he has been attacking you, I have been using those very attacks to strengthen you, to prepare you, to develop in you the resilience and the faith you are going to need for what is coming next. The enemy meant his attacks for evil, but I have been working them for your good. Every doubt he planted in your mind that you chose not to believe made your faith stronger. Every conflict he stirred up that you navigated with grace taught you wisdom. Every time he reminded you of your past and you chose to focus on my forgiveness instead of your failures, you were cutting the cords of shame that had been binding you. Every obstacle he threw in your path that you refused to let stop you was building perseverance in you. The warfare has not been destroying you, it has been developing you. And now you are stronger, wiser, more resilient, more faith-filled than you were when this battle started. But I am here to tell you that he is already lost. The battle is already won. The victory is already secured. The change is already released. All the enemy can do at this point is create noise and chaos and temporary setbacks. But he cannot stop what I have promised. He cannot block what I am doing. He cannot prevent you from receiving what I have decided to give you. His time is up. His authority over your situation is revoked. His access to your future is denied. And in just a little while, you are going to look back at this season of warfare and realize that every attack was actually working for your good, making you stronger, increasing your faith, preparing you for the weight of glory you are about to carry. I want you to understand the authority you have over the enemy. You are not a victim of his attacks. You are a victor in me. Greater is he who is in you than he who is in the world. The enemy has no power over you except what you give him through agreement with his lies, through fear, through unbelief. But when you stand in your identity as my child, when you speak my word over your situation, when you worship me in the midst of the battle, you are operating in an authority that the enemy cannot withstand. Your praise binds him. Your declaration of my word silences him. Your faith defeats him. So stand firm. Do not retreat. Do not give up the ground you have gained. Keep worshiping. Keep declaring. Keep believing. The enemy wants you to quit right before your breakthrough, but you are not going to give him that satisfaction. You are going to push through this final stretch of opposition, and you are going to cross over into your deliverance. And when you do, when you are standing in the fullness of what I have given you, you are going to look back at the enemy's attacks and laugh, because you will see how small and powerless he really is compared to the greatness of your God. You are going to realize that while he was attacking you, I was positioning you. While he was trying to discourage you, I was developing you. While he was attempting to destroy you, I was preparing you for promotion. Every attack was actually setting you up for advancement. Every battle was actually training you for victory. Every assault was actually equipping you for authority. The enemy thought he was stopping you, but he was actually propelling you forward. He thought he was weakening you, but he was actually making you stronger. He thought he was defeating you, but he was actually setting the stage for your most glorious triumph. And when you cross over into your deliverance, when you step into this new season, the enemy is going to regret that he ever came against you, because the warfare did not break you, it built you. The attacks did not destroy you, they developed you. The opposition did not stop you, it strengthened you. And now you are entering your destiny, not as someone who barely survived, but as someone who is battle-tested, warfare-trained, and walking in an authority that comes from having faced the enemy and overcome him through my power working in you. I want to speak to the weariness in your soul. You are tired. Not just physically tired, though there is that too, but you are tired in a deeper way. Tired of fighting. Tired of hoping. Tired of believing for something you have not yet seen. Tired of getting your hopes up only to have them disappointed again. Tired of explaining to people why you are still trusting God when nothing seems to be changing. Tired of the wait. Tired of the process. Tired of being strong when you just want to fall apart. I see that weariness. I feel it. And I am not asking you to conjure up some fake enthusiasm or pretend you are not exhausted. What I am asking you to do is let me carry you. You do not have to manufacture the strength to keep going. You just have to lean on me. You do not have to figure out how to muster up more faith. You just have to rest in my faithfulness. You do not have to work harder or try harder or push harder. You just have to surrender more fully, letting me do the heavy lifting while you simply trust. I know what weariness feels like. When Jesus walked the earth, he experienced it too. He grew tired from the journey. He felt the weight of caring for people who did not always appreciate what he was doing. He dealt with disciples who did not understand, with religious leaders who opposed him, with crowds who wanted from him but did not want to follow him. He felt the full range of human exhaustion, physical and emotional and spiritual. So when I tell you that I understand your weariness, I am not speaking from a distance. I am speaking from experience. I know what it is like to be so tired you just want to close your eyes and make it all stop for a while. And what did Jesus do when he was weary? He went to the Father. He withdrew to quiet places to pray. He found his strength in communion with me. He rested in my presence. He did not try to push through in his own power. He continually reconnected with the source of all power. And that is what I am inviting you to do. Do not try to manufacture energy you do not have. Do not try to fake a strength you do not feel. Come to me. Rest in my presence. Let me refill what has been depleted. Let me restore what has been exhausted. Let me renew what has been worn down. There is a rest that I offer that the world cannot understand. It is not the rest of inactivity or laziness. It is the rest of trust. It is the rest of knowing that you are held, that you are loved, that you are not alone, that you do not have to figure everything out or fix everything or carry everything. It is the rest that comes from understanding that I am God and you are not. And that is actually really good news. It means the outcome does not depend on you. It means the pressure is not all on your shoulders. It means you can breathe, you can let go, you can stop trying so hard to control everything, and just trust me to do what only I can do. This rest does not mean you stop doing anything. It means you stop striving. There is a difference between working from rest and working for rest. When you work for rest, you are trying to earn it, trying to achieve it, trying to create circumstances that will finally allow you to relax. But it never comes because there is always one more thing to do, one more problem to solve, one more crisis to manage. But when you work from rest, when you start from a place of trusting me, of knowing that I am in control, of believing that I am working all things together for your good, then the work you do is no longer driven by anxiety. It flows from peace. It is sustainable because you are not carrying the weight of it all on your own shoulders. Come to me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. That is my promise to you. Not that I will make you strong enough to carry your burdens, but that I will take the burdens from you and carry them myself. Not that I will help you fight your battles, but that I will fight them for you while you stand still and watch me work. Not that I will give you the strength to keep striving, but that I will give you the peace to stop striving and start resting in my finished work. Jesus said, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." A yoke is a tool that connects two animals so they can work together, sharing the load. When I invite you to take my yoke upon you, I am not adding to your burden. I am offering to share it, to carry the heavy part, to make the load light. But so many of my children are trying to carry their burdens alone, in their own strength, with their own wisdom, and they are being crushed under the weight. And I am standing right there saying, "Give that to me. Let me carry it. Let me bear the weight. You were never meant to do this alone. The change is coming, and it is not going to require you to work for it. It is going to be a gift, freely given, abundantly poured out, lavishly bestowed. All you have to do is open your hands to receive it. All you have to do is position your heart to believe it. All you have to do is trust that I am who I say I am, and I will do what I said I will do. The heavy lifting is on me. The impossible part is my responsibility. Your part is simple. Trust, rest, receive. Think about what it means to receive. When someone hands you a gift, you do not have to work for it. You do not have to earn it. You do not have to convince them to give it to you. You just have to open your hands and take it. And if your hands are full of other things, if you are clutching onto control or self-sufficiency or your own plans, then you cannot receive what is being offered. You have to let go of what you are holding in order to receive what I am giving. So what are you holding on to? What are you still trying to control? What are you refusing to release into my hands? That relationship you keep trying to fix on your own instead of trusting me to heal it. That problem you keep trying to solve with your own wisdom instead of asking for mine. That situation you keep trying to manipulate instead of surrendering to my sovereignty. Whatever it is, I am asking you to let it go. Not because I do not care about it, but because I care about it more than you do, and I can handle it better than you can. Release it to me. Stop carrying what I never asked you to carry, and watch what I do when you finally let me have it. The miracle I am bringing you is not something you could ever produce on your own. If you could make it happen, it would not be a breakthrough. A miracle by definition is something that requires divine intervention, something that is impossible in the natural realm, but possible in the supernatural realm, something that only I can do. So stop trying to figure out how to make it happen. Stop strategizing and scheming and planning how you can force this to work out. Stop attempting to manipulate circumstances or people or timing to create the outcome you want. That is not faith. That is control. And it will only produce frustration and exhaustion. Faith is letting go. Faith is trusting me to do what only I can do. Faith is believing that I am good, that I am faithful, that I am working on your behalf even when you cannot see it, even when it does not make sense, even when it is taking longer than you wanted. Faith is resting in my sovereignty, in my wisdom, in my timing, in my methods. And when you truly have faith, when you are truly resting in me, there is a peace that others cannot understand, a calm in the middle of the storm, a confidence that is not based on your circumstances but on my character. You have been trying so hard. I see that, and I appreciate your effort. But I do not need your effort. I need your trust. I do not need you to work harder. I need you to surrender more completely. I do not need you to figure everything out. I need you to admit that you cannot figure it out and let me be God. And when you finally come to the end of yourself, when you finally stop trying to be the solution and let me be the solution, that is when you are going to see breakthrough. Not because you finally did something right, but because you finally got out of the way and let me do what I have been trying to do all along. The breakthrough you are about to experience is going to leave you with no doubt about who did it. You will not be able to take credit. You will not be able to point to your great effort or your brilliant strategy or your tireless work. All you will be able to do is point to me and say, God did this. I had nothing. I could do nothing. I was at the end of myself. And he stepped in and did what only he could do. That testimony, that acknowledgement that it was all me, that is what brings glory to my name. That is what builds faith in others. That is what I am after. So rest. Even now, in this moment, I am inviting you to stop striving, to stop trying so hard, to stop carrying the burden of making this happen. Put it down, give it to me, and let me carry what you were never meant to carry. The change is on its way, and when it arrives, you are going to be so grateful that you did not settle for the artificial version you might have created through your own effort. You are going to be overwhelmed by how much better my plan was than anything you could have imagined. You are going to see that the wait, as hard as it was worth it. Because what I'm giving you is exceedingly, abundantly above all you could ask or think. I am calling you into a new way of living. Not a life of striving, but a life of resting. Not a life of anxiety, but a life of trust. Not a life of trying to control everything, but a life of surrendering to my control. And this new way of living is actually the only way to sustain the blessing I am about to give you. Because if you receive this transformation while still operating in a mindset of striving, you will exhaust yourself trying to maintain it. You will live in fear of losing it. You will make it an idol, a source of security apart from me. But if you receive this transformation while resting in me, while trusting that I am your source, while acknowledging that I gave it and I can sustain it, then you will be able to enjoy it without being enslaved to it. You will be able to steward it without being consumed by it. You will be able to use it for my glory without it using you. So even as you wait for the manifestation of this transformation, practice resting, practice surrendering, practice trusting. Let this final stretch of the journey be marked not by frantic striving, but by peaceful trust. Let people see in you a calm that does not make sense given your circumstances. Let them witness a confidence that is not based on what you can see, but on who you know. Let them observe a rest that can only come from truly believing that I am who I say I am, and I will do what I said I will do. And when the blessing comes, they will know that it was not your effort that produced it. It was your faith. It was your trust. It was your willingness to let me be God. The heavy lifting is on me. The impossible part is my responsibility. Your part is simple. Trust. Rest. Receive. I have got this. I have always had this. And very soon, you are going to see the evidence of what I have been doing behind the scenes. You are going to witness the blessing break through from the spiritual realm into the natural realm. You are going to hold in your hands what I have been preparing for you. And in that moment, all the weariness, all the waiting, all the difficulty of the journey is going to fade into insignificance, because you will be standing face to face with proof that I am faithful, that I am good, that I am the God who keeps his promises, that I am the God who does the impossible. I know there are people in your life who do not understand what you are going through. They look at your situation from the outside, and they think they have you all figured out. They offer you advice you did not ask for. They tell you what you should do, as if they have access to information about your life that you do not have. They question your decisions. They doubt your discernment. They suggest that if you were really hearing from God, things would be different by now. Do not let their voices drown out mine. Do not let their doubt infect your faith. Do not let their limited perspective make you question what I have spoken to you in the secret place. They do not know what I have told you. They were not there when I gave you the promise. They did not hear the sound of my voice speaking destiny over your life. They do not have access to the conversations you and I have had in the middle of the night when everyone else was sleeping. So they cannot possibly understand why you are still holding on, still believing, still trusting, and you do not owe them an explanation. Your faith journey is between you and me. You do not have to defend it to anyone. You do not have to justify it. You do not have to convince anyone that you are hearing from me correctly. The proof is going to come when the blessing manifests. The validation is going to come when they see with their own eyes what I do in your life. And when that happens, some of them are going to apologize for doubting you. Some of them are going to be amazed by my faithfulness. And some of them are going to still find a way to explain it away, because they are not ready to believe in a God who does impossibilities. But their response is not your concern. Your concern is staying connected to me, staying obedient to my voice, staying faithful to the assignment I have given you. The miracle that is coming is going to silence some voices and activate others. There are people who have been watching you, waiting to see if this God you serve is real. They have been skeptical but curious. They have been doubtful but hopeful. And when they see what I'm about to do in your life, when they witness the impossible becoming possible right before their eyes, they are going to want what you have. They are going to start asking you questions about your faith. They are going to want to know how they can have a relationship with me too. These are people who have been hurt by religion, disappointed by church, disillusioned by Christians who said one thing and did another. They have genuine questions about whether I am real, whether I care, whether faith makes any difference in real life. They are not rejecting me because they are rebellious or hard-hearted. They are skeptical because they have not seen enough evidence to convince them that I am who I say I am. But your answer is going to be that evidence. Your testimony is going to be what breaks through their doubts and opens their hearts to the possibility that maybe, just maybe, there is a God in heaven who loves them and wants to be involved in their lives. Do not underestimate the power of your story. You might think your experience is ordinary, that what you have been through is not significant enough to matter to anyone else. But the enemy has been lying to you about that. Your story matters. Your journey has meaning. Your testimony has power. And when you share it, when you tell people what I did for you, how I came through for you, how I proved myself faithful to you, it is going to create faith in them, because they will see themselves in your story. They will recognize their own struggles in what you describe. And when they hear how I moved for you, they will dare to believe that maybe I will move for them too. And that is part of why I am doing this transformation in such a public, undeniable way. Not just for your sake, though I love you and I want to bless you, but also for the sake of everyone who is going to witness it and be drawn to me through your testimony. Your breakthrough is going to be an evangelism tool. Your testimony is going to open doors for conversations about my goodness, my power, my love. Your breakthrough is going to create faith in people who have been struggling to believe. Think about all the people in your life right now who are walking through their own impossibilities. They are facing situations that seem hopeless, believing for breakthroughs that seem unlikely, trying to hold on to faith when everything around them is screaming that faith is foolish. They need to see what I am about to do for you. They need to hear your testimony. They need to know that the God who did this for you is the same God who is with them in their impossible situation. Your breakthrough is going to give them hope. It is going to strengthen their faith. It is going to inspire them to keep believing when they were about to give up. And there are people you have not even met yet who are going to be impacted by your story. Your testimony is going to travel further than you can imagine. People are going to share it. It is going to encourage someone who is on the other side of the world, going through something similar to what you went through. It is going to reach someone at exactly the moment they need to hear it, exactly when they are about to make a decision to give up on me. And your story is going to be the thing that turns them around, that reignites their faith, that reminds them that I am still in the business of doing miracles. So when this transformation manifests, do not hide it. Do not downplay it out of some false sense of humility. Tell the story. Give me glory. Let people know that what they are seeing is not because of your greatness, but because of mine. Make sure they understand that the God who did this for you is the same God who wants to have a relationship with them, who wants to work in their lives, who wants to do the impossible for them too. Your breakthrough is not just about you. It is about everyone who is going to come to know me because they saw what I did for you. And do not be surprised when sharing your testimony opens doors you never expected. People you never imagined would be interested in spiritual things are going to start asking you questions. Conversations you never thought you would have are going to happen naturally, organically, because people want to know more about the God who did the impossible for you. Opportunities to pray for people, to encourage people, to point people toward me are going to present themselves constantly. This blessing is going to position you as a witness, as someone who has seen my power firsthand and can testify to my faithfulness. That is why it is so important that you steward this transformation well, that you remain humble, grateful, dependent on me even after the breakthrough comes. Because people are going to be watching not just how you receive the blessing, but how you live after receiving it. They're going to want to see if this changes you for the better or makes you proud and self-sufficient. They are going to observe whether you give me glory or take credit for yourself. They are going to notice whether the blessing draws you closer to me or pulls you away from me. And your response to the blessing is going to be just as much of a testimony as the blessing itself. So commit now, before the breakthrough even comes, that you are going to use this transformation for my glory. Decide now that you are going to tell the story in a way that points people to me, not to you. Determine now that you are going to remain humble, grateful, and dependent on me no matter how big the blessing gets. Make a covenant with me that this transformation will not become an idol in your life, but a tool that you use to bring others into relationship with me. If you will steward it that way, if you will keep your heart right and your motives pure, then there is no limit to how I can use your story to impact lives, to build faith, to expand my kingdom. Your breakthrough is coming, but it is bigger than just meeting your need. It is part of a master plan to demonstrate my power, to prove my faithfulness, to show a watching world that I am still the God who does the impossible. You are not just receiving a blessing. You are becoming a living testimony. You are being positioned as an ambassador of my goodness. You are being equipped to be a voice of hope in a world that is drowning in despair. This blessing is the tool I am giving you to accomplish all of that. Handle it with care. Steward it with wisdom. Use it for my glory. And watch how I multiply the impact beyond anything you could have orchestrated on your own. I am bringing you into a season of unprecedented favor. Doors that have been closed to you for years are about to swing wide open. People who never noticed you before are going to seek you out. Opportunities that you never would have had access to are going to be presented to you. It is going to be so obvious that my hand is on your life that even people who do not believe in me are going to have to acknowledge that something supernatural is happening for you. Unprecedented means it has never happened before. Not in your life. Not at this level. Not with this intensity. What is coming is going to blow your mind. You're going to find yourself in rooms you never imagined being in, having conversations with people you never thought you would have access to, receiving opportunities that far exceed your qualifications on paper. And you are going to know, beyond any shadow of doubt, that this is me opening doors that no man can shut, granting favor that cannot be earned, making a way where there is no way. This favor is going to manifest in tangible ways. Financial opportunities that come out of nowhere. Connections with people who can help you that you did not pursue, they found you. Invitations to spaces and places that are normally restricted to people with certain credentials or connections, but you are being invited anyway. Breakthroughs in areas where you have been stuck for years, suddenly happening with ease. Things falling into place without you having to force them, manipulate them, or stress over them. This is supernatural favor, and it is going to be undeniable. This favor is not because you are better than other people. It is not because you worked harder or deserved more. This favor is a gift of grace, strategically released to position you where you need to be to fulfill the assignment I have given you. I am opening doors for you because there are people on the other side of those doors who need to encounter me through you. I am giving you access to places and platforms and people of influence because I want to use you to bring my presence into those spaces. There are conversations I need you to have, words I need you to speak into certain situations, light I need you to bring into dark places, hope I need you to carry into spaces of despair. And the only way you can fulfill that assignment is if I give you access. So the favor is not random. The favor is not just me spoiling you because you are my favorite. The favor is strategic. It is purposeful. It is designed to position you where you need to be to accomplish what I have called you to do. Do not shrink back when these doors open. Do not talk yourself out of walking through them because you feel unqualified or inadequate. Do not let imposter syndrome convince you that you do not belong in these rooms. I am the one who is opening the doors. I am the one who is granting the favor. I am the one who is making a way. And if I am bringing you into these places, then I am going to equip you with everything you need to thrive there. My grace is sufficient for you. My strength is perfected in your weakness, and my presence goes with you into every situation I lead you into. Remember, I do not call the qualified. I qualify the called. You do not have to have it all figured out before you walk through the door. You do not have to feel ready before you say yes to the opportunity. You do not have to be perfect before you step into the favor. You just have to be willing. You just have to be obedient. You just have to trust that if I am opening the door, then I am going to be with you on the other side of it, giving you the words to say, the wisdom to navigate, the grace to thrive. Your job is not to be qualified. Your job is to be available. And when you make yourself available to me, I will take your availability and combine it with my ability. And together, we will do things that amaze you. The miracle you are about to receive is going to require you to think bigger. You are going to have to expand your capacity to receive. You are going to have to stretch beyond the limitations you have been living within. Because what I am bringing you is bigger than what you have been asking for. It is going to challenge your current mindset, your current systems, your current way of doing things. And you are going to have to be willing to grow, to change, to adapt. Do not try to fit this new blessing into your old life. Do not try to pour new wine into old wineskins. Be willing to let me transform not just your circumstances, but also you. Be willing to let this transformation change your perspective, your priorities, your patterns. Be open to becoming someone new, someone bigger, someone who can steward the level of blessing I am about to entrust to you. This is not just about getting what you want. This is about becoming who you need to be to sustain what you are about to receive. I am so proud of you. I know that might sound strange, me being proud of you when you feel like you have barely survived this season. But I see things you do not see. I see how far you have come. I see how many times you wanted to quit, but you chose to keep going. I see how many times your faith wobbled, but you steadied yourself and kept believing. I see every tear you cried in private, every prayer you whispered when you were too tired to speak out loud, every moment you chose to trust me even when everything in you wanted to give up. You have been faithful in this wilderness season. You have kept your eyes on me even when the path was unclear. You have worshipped me even when you did not feel like worshiping. You have obeyed me even when obedience was costly. And I do not take any of that for granted. I see it all. I remember it all. And I'm about to reward your faithfulness in ways that will leave you speechless. I'm about to show you that no act of obedience, no moment of worship, no sacrifice of faith goes unnoticed by me. I keep records, and I repay. Let me tell you about the records I keep. Every time you chose faith over fear, I recorded it. Every time you spoke my word over your situation instead of agreeing with the negative report, I wrote it down. Every time you gave when it did not make sense financially because you trusted that I am your provider, I made a note of it. Every time you extended grace to someone who hurt you, every time you forgave when forgiveness felt impossible, every time you loved when love was not returned, I saw it all and I documented it all. Not because I am keeping score to hold things against you, but because I am keeping track of every seed you have sown so I can make sure you receive a harvest for every single one. There is a principle in my kingdom that you cannot outgive me. You cannot outlove me. You cannot outsacrifice me. Whatever you give, I will give back to you, pressed down, shaken together, running over. Whatever you sow, you will reap. And the harvest is always greater than the seed. Always. So when I look at all you have sown during this season, when I see all the ways you have trusted me, all the times you have obeyed me, all the sacrifices you have made, I know exactly what kind of harvest you have coming. And it is massive. It is overwhelming. It is going to be so abundant that you will not have room enough to contain it all. Your payday is coming. The breakthrough is imminent. The change is at the door. Everything you have been believing for, hoping for, praying for, is about to be released. Not because you finally figured out the formula, not because you finally became good enough, but because it is time. Because I have decided that this is the moment. Because my purposes are aligning, my timing is perfect, and my faithfulness is being demonstrated once again in your life. I need you to understand something about divine timing. There are moments in history, moments in individual lives, when heaven and earth collide. When the spiritual realm breaks into the natural realm with such force that nothing can stand in the way. When what was impossible becomes inevitable. When locked doors fly open without anyone touching them. When mountains move without anyone laying a hand on them. These are Kairos moments, appointed times, moments when everything changes in an instant. And you are standing on the threshold of one of those moments right now. All the delays, all the waiting, all the preparation has been leading to this. Every no you received was positioning you for this yes. Every closed door was protecting you, so you would be available when this door opened. Every disappointment was actually an appointment being set up for the right time. And that time is now. The fullness of time has come. The appointed moment has arrived. The Kairos is here. So get ready. Prepare your heart. Clear out the doubt. Silence the voices of unbelief. Position yourself to receive. Because what I am about to do is going to exceed your expectations, surpass your understanding, and transform your life in ways you never imagined possible. The wait is over. The season is shifting. The miracle you have been longing for is about to become your reality. I want you to prepare practically as well as spiritually. Start making room in your life for what is coming. If you have been praying for financial breakthrough, start thinking about how you are going to steward the resources I am about to release. Who are you going to bless? What are you going to invest in? How are you going to use what I give you to advance my kingdom? If you have been praying for relational restoration, start preparing your heart to receive those people back into your life with grace and wisdom. What boundaries need to be established? What conversations need to happen? How are you going to navigate the new dynamics that will come with reconciliation? If you have been praying for healing, start imagining what life is going to look like when you are whole. What are you going to do with the energy you get back? How are you going to use the freedom from pain? Where are you going to go? What are you going to accomplish when limitations are removed? Do not wait until after the blessing to think about these things. Start preparing now. Start positioning yourself now. Because when the breakthrough comes, it is going to come fast, and you need to be ready to steward it well. And when it happens, when you are standing in the middle of the breakthrough, when you are holding in your hands what I promised you, when you are living the life that once seemed impossible, I want you to remember this moment. Remember how you felt right now. Remember the struggle of the wait. Remember the times you almost gave up. Remember how dark it seemed before the light broke through. Remember all of it. Because that memory is going to fuel your faith for the next impossible situation you face. That memory is going to be the foundation of a testimony that will encourage countless others. That memory is going to remind you for the rest of your life that I am the God who keeps my promises, who does the impossible, who never fails. The memory of this transformation is going to become your anchor when storms come in the future. Because there will be other storms. Receiving this transformation does not mean you will never face another challenge, but it does mean you will face future challenges with a different level of faith. You will have a track record with me now. You will have proof that I come through. You will have evidence that I am faithful. And when the enemy tries to make you doubt, when circumstances try to steal your peace, when people try to shake your confidence, you will be able to look back at this moment and remember what I did. You will be able to say, my God did the impossible for me before, and He will do it again. This is why I often allow my people to go through wilderness seasons before I bring them into their promised land. Not because I enjoy watching them struggle, but because I know they need the testimony of my faithfulness in the hard place. They need to have a history with me that proves I am who I say I am. They need to know from personal experience that I do not abandon my children in the storm. And once they have that testimony, once they have that history, their faith becomes unshakable. They become dangerous to the kingdom of darkness because they cannot be intimidated by impossible situations anymore. They have seen me do the impossible, and they know I will do it again. You are about to become one of those people. You are about to have a testimony that will make the enemy tremble when he hears you speak it. You are about to have a story that will inspire faith in everyone who hears it. You are about to have proof that the God you serve is real, is powerful, is faithful, and is actively involved in your life. And that testimony is going to be a weapon you carry for the rest of your days on this earth. This testimony is going to open doors for conversations you never imagined having. People who have been closed off to spiritual things are going to become curious. Questions are going to arise naturally. Opportunities to pray for people, to encourage people, to speak truth into their lives are going to present themselves regularly. And you are going to find that sharing your story is not awkward or forced. It is going to flow naturally because people genuinely want to know what happened, how it happened, and if the same God who did this for you can do something similar for them. This is kingdom multiplication. One miracle creates faith in multiple hearts. One breakthrough inspires multiple people to start believing again. One testimony reaches further than you can imagine because people share it. They pass it on. They tell others about what they heard. And before you know it, your story has traveled to places you have never been, encouraged people you have never met, sparked faith in hearts you will never know about until you get to heaven. This is the ripple effect of a breakthrough stewarded well, shared boldly, and used for my glory. I love you with an everlasting love. I have drawn you with loving kindness. And I am about to demonstrate that love in such a tangible, powerful, undeniable way that you will never question it again. The change is coming. Believe it. Receive it. Get ready for it. Because very soon, everything is about to change. This love I have for you is not conditional. It is not based on your performance. It is not something you can earn or lose. It is a settled, unchanging, eternal love that was decided before you were born and will continue long after this life is over. And while you have known this intellectually, while you have heard about my love in sermons and read about it in Scripture, you are about to experience it in a way that makes it real to you in your deepest places. This blessing is going to be tangible proof that I see you, I know you, I care about you, and I am actively working on your behalf. It is going to settle the question once and for all. Does God love me? Yes. Absolutely. Undeniably. With an intensity and a faithfulness that will leave you breathless. Let me speak to you about what this transformation is going to do not just for you, but through you. Because my miracles are never just about the individual who receives them. They are always about the bigger picture, the greater purpose, the expansion of my kingdom. When I healed the blind man, it was not just so he could see. It was so he could become a witness to my power. When I raised Lazarus from the dead, it was not just to give him more years of life. It was to demonstrate to everyone watching that I have power over death itself. When I multiplied the loaves and fishes, it was not just to feed the crowd that day. It was to show that I am the bread of life, the source of all provision, the one who can take what seems insignificant and make it more than enough. Your breakthrough is going to follow the same pattern. Yes, it is going to bless you. Yes, it is going to meet your need. Yes, it is going to transform your circumstances, but it is also going to impact everyone in your sphere of influence. Your family is going to see what I did for you, and their faith is going to be strengthened. Your friends are going to witness this breakthrough, and they are going to start believing that maybe I can do the impossible in their lives too. Your co-workers, your neighbors, the people who have been watching your journey from a distance, they are all going to take notice when this transformation manifests. And some of them are going to be drawn to me because of what they see me do for you. This is the ripple effect of miracles. One breakthrough creates faith in multiple people. One testimony opens the door for multiple salvations. One demonstration of my power sparks revival in multiple hearts. So when you receive this transformation, understand that you are not just receiving it for yourself. You are receiving it on behalf of everyone whose life you are going to touch with this testimony. You are receiving it as a representative of my goodness, a living example of my faithfulness, a walking advertisement for the power of a relationship with me. This is why I am asking you to not hide this transformation when it comes. Do not minimize it. Do not try to explain it away or make it seem less supernatural than it really is. Tell the whole story. Let people know how impossible it was. Let them see the contrast between where you were and where you ended up. Let them understand that human effort could never have produced this result. Make sure they know that this was me, that this was divine intervention, that this was the hand of God moving in response to faith. Because when you tell the story that way, when you give me the glory, that is when faith is ignited in the hearts of those who hear. Your story is going to save somebody. Your testimony is going to keep somebody from giving up. Your breakthrough is going to be the evidence somebody needs to start believing again. So carry it with honor. Share it with boldness. Steward it with wisdom. This is not just your deliverance. This is a tool I am giving you to bring hope to a hopeless world, to bring faith to a faithless generation, to bring evidence of my reality to people who have been drowning in doubt. There is something else I want you to know. This blessing is going to mark you. It is going to change something fundamental in your identity. Before this breakthrough, you were someone who believed I could do miracles. After this breakthrough, you are going to be someone who has seen me do miracles. There is a difference. Believing is powerful, but experiencing is transformative. Once you have personally witnessed my divine help in your life, you will never be the same. Your faith will have a new foundation. Your confidence will have a new source. Your testimony will have a new power. You are going to carry yourself differently after this. Not with pride or arrogance, but with a quiet confidence that comes from knowing who your God is and what He is capable of. You are going to speak differently, pray differently, dream differently, because you will have proof that nothing is too hard for me. You will have evidence that I am not limited by what seems possible to human minds. You will have your own personal encounter with my miracle-working power, and that encounter is going to recalibrate everything about how you see me and how you see yourself as my child. This is what I want for all my children. I want them to move beyond just knowing about me to actually knowing me. I want them to move beyond just believing I can do miracles to experiencing those miracles in their own lives. I want them to have their own stories, their own testimonies, their own encounters with my supernatural power. Because that is what builds unshakable faith. That is what creates bold witnesses. That is what transforms people from religious spectators into kingdom warriors. You are about to join the ranks of those who have seen and can therefore testify. You are about to become a witness in the truest sense of the word, someone who has personally observed and can speak from direct experience. And the enemy knows that people like you are dangerous. People who have testimonies are not easily discouraged. People who have witnessed miracles are not easily intimidated. People who have seen me move are not easily deceived. So he is going to fight hard to try to keep this transformation from manifesting, or to keep you from recognizing it and sharing it if it does. But he has already lost this battle. The change is coming, and you are going to receive it, and you are going to testify about it, and lives are going to be changed because of it. I want you to also understand that this transformation is going to cost you something. Not in the way you might think. You are not going to have to pay for the blessing. I already told you it is a gift, freely given. But it is going to cost you your old life. It is going to cost you the comfort of playing small. It is going to cost you the safety of staying hidden. It is going to cost you the luxury of blending in. Because once you receive this transformation, once you step into this new season, you are going to be visible. You are going to stand out. People are going to notice you in ways they did not before. And with that visibility comes responsibility. You are going to be held to a higher standard, not by me, but by people who are watching. They're going to expect you to live in a way that reflects the blessing you have received. They're going to watch how you handle the breakthrough to see if your faith is real. They are going to scrutinize your choices, your words, your character. And while that might feel like pressure, I want you to see it as an opportunity to be a light, an opportunity to demonstrate what a life surrendered to me looks like, an opportunity to show that my blessings do not corrupt, they elevate, that my favor does not lead to pride, it leads to greater humility and gratitude. So as you prepare to receive this transformation, also prepare to live worthy of it. Not to earn it, you cannot earn it, but to steward it well once it is in your hands. Make decisions now about what kind of person you want to be when you are walking in breakthrough. Decide now how you are going to respond to the attention, the questions, the scrutiny. Commit now to using this blessing to bless others, to using this platform to point people to me, to using this transformation as a tool for kingdom advancement rather than just personal comfort. Because here is the truth. The change is not the destination. The change is the doorway into your purpose. It is the tool you need to fulfill the assignment I have for you. It is the provision that will enable you to do what I have called you to do. So do not make the mistake of thinking that once you receive the blessing, you have arrived. The change is just the beginning. It is the launchpad for the next phase of your journey with me. It is the equipment you need for the mission I am sending you on. It is the answer to your current needs so you can focus on the greater purpose I have for your life. I am giving you this transformation so you will be free to serve me without the distraction of the problems you have been dealing with. I am releasing this breakthrough so you will have the resources, the relationships, the health, the clarity you need to step fully into your calling. I am providing this answer so you can stop asking this question and start asking the bigger questions about what I want to do through your life. The change is important, but it is not the most important thing. You are, your relationship with me is, your destiny is, and this transformation is the key that unlocks the door to all of that. So receive it with gratitude, but also with purposefulness. Thank me for it, but also ask me what you are supposed to do with it. Celebrate it, but also consecrate it. Dedicate it back to me. Tell me that you receive this blessing not just for your own benefit, but for the advancement of my kingdom. Commit to me that you will use what I give you to bring glory to my name and hope to broken people. Make a vow to me that this transformation will not make you selfish, it will make you more generous. That this breakthrough will not make you independent, it will make you more dependent on me. That this blessing will not pull you away from me, it will draw you closer to me. If you will steward this transformation with that kind of heart, with that kind of wisdom, with that kind of intentionality, then there is no limit to what I can do through your life. The miracle you are about to receive is just the first domino. It is going to set off a chain reaction of blessing, of impact, of transformation that will reach further than you can imagine. People you will never meet in this life are going to be affected by the testimony of what I am about to do for you. Generations that come after you are going to be impacted by the legacy you leave as someone who received a breakthrough and used it for my glory. This is the bigger picture I want you to see. This is the reason I have been so intentional about the timing, the process, the preparation. Because I am not just doing something for you, I am doing something through you. I am not just meeting your need, I am positioning you to meet the needs of others. I am not just solving your problem, I am equipping you to be part of the solution for many people's problems. The change is personal, but the purpose is global. The breakthrough is individual, but the impact is generational. So stand tall, stand ready, stand expectant, because what is coming is bigger than you can comprehend, better than you can imagine, and more far-reaching than you can calculate. The change is on its way. The breakthrough is at hand. The wait is almost over. And when it arrives, when you finally hold in your hands what you have been believing for, You are going to fall to your knees in gratitude and awe, overwhelmed by my goodness, stunned by my faithfulness, speechless at the magnitude of what I have done. And in that moment, you are going to understand that it was all worth it. Every tear, every prayer, every moment of waiting. All of it was worth it to arrive at this place where my glory is revealed, my power is demonstrated, and my love is proven beyond any shadow of doubt. This is my promise to you. This is my covenant with you. This is my declaration over your life. The change is coming, not might be coming, not may be coming. It is coming, with absolute certainty, with divine timing, with perfect precision. Everything is aligning. Every piece is falling into place. Every obstacle is being removed. Every door is opening. Every chain is breaking. Every mountain is moving. And very soon, sooner than you think, you are going to see with your own eyes, touch with your own hands, experience in your own life the undeniable proof that I am faithful, that I am powerful, that I am with you, and that I do the impossible for those who trust me. Amen. If this message touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear these words. Type Amen in the comments to receive this blessing. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a message from God. Remember, you are loved, you are chosen, and your answer is on the way.